Hello, everybody. This is Aisha. In today's video, I have invited a special guest who is a teacher and who has been teaching English for years. In this video, we'll be discussing how you can improve your English speaking skill and giving you tips and tricks to improve your English skill. Okay, so hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How about you?
Thank you so much. I'm good.
Okay, first of all, I want to know one thing that you are teaching English and you are a teacher. And are you teaching online or in person?
I'm an online teacher. I have a lot of students. I'm gonna teach them. Uh, they are in different levels.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
you are an online English teacher and you teach different level of students, including young children. Is that right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I am curious, what would be the most common question that you've been asked by your students?
Most of the students ask me, teacher, can I my understanding and my listening are is good, but when it comes to speak, I freeze. What's the reason? I said I always tell them, try to have find another partner, try to talk to someone else because it is the key of learning language. It's the key of being fluent, and it's very important to help you to more improve your English language. If you don't have, but there's a big problem here. Most of English learners say we don't have, we cannot, we are not able to find another partner because maybe they don't have time or they don't want to talk to us. What should we do? I give them that tip. I think it's very important. I say stand in front of a mirror and talk to yourself. Choose a specific topic. It's very important. Choose a specific topic and try to discuss by yourself. Discuss by yourself and give your idea and share your idea with yourself. It's okay about this topic. And think in English. Thinking in English is very important. uh, Surrounding yourself, there are a lot of things surrounding yourself. Okay, instead of say their name in your language, say it in
Mm-hmm.
English.
Mm-hmm.
Say this is a pillow, this is a pen, this is a book, this is a notebook, this is a fan, and etc. I always give them that tip, and some of them, yeah, of course, they benefited from.
Yes. And I also think that young people, when they go to school, they can make friends easily. And I think that 70% of school children are learning English as well. So when they are meeting or when they are hanging out time together, instead of speaking in their native language, they should speak in English. And I also think that is the faster way to improve their speaking skill. Young
Yeah,
people, when they go out together, instead of speaking their mother tongue, they can have conversation in English, regardless of right or wrong, whether they make mistake or not. So I just want to let young people know that just use English language without caring about, making mistake, without worrying about making mistake. Have fun and speak in English. The more they speak, the more they feel, confident, and it can become, like a habit. Habit like washing your face, brushing your teeth in the morning. We don't have to make an effort. It just, go with the flow.
yeah,
We don't even know that we're doing this. So if we speak in English when we meet friends, it will also become a habit. Next time they won't feel
yeah.
shy or they won't feel uncomfortable. So yeah, it's easy to make friends. It's easy to have speaking partner these days outside. I mean,
Yeah.
young people. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Yeah, of course, you're right. I do really agree with you. It's easy for young people to make friends. When I remember when I just started to learn English language, I always try to make friends, make foreign friends. And I had some friends. I talked to them, I chat with them in English. Uh, they helped me. It helped me to learn more, to be confident. So there's a huge problem here. People always say, I mean, English learners, they say we don't have any partner. I asked them, as you mentioned, I asked them try to find a partner. Okay, try to find a partner, chat with them, and talk to them in English, not in your mother tongue. You know, you already know your mother tongue. You don't need it. It's okay. It's your mother tongue. You love it. It's okay. But you need to learn another language, which is English language. Okay, but this problem, there's a problem here. They always say when it comes to speak, we freeze and we shy. We are going to afraid of making mistakes. I say it's okay, make mistake. It's very okay. It's normal because it's not your language. It's not our mother tongue. It's foreign language. It's totally normal to make mistake. Okay, if you are making mistakes, okay, the sign that you are trying. Making mistakes shows you are trying. Okay, you learn from your mistake. It's important to learn from your mistake and sometimes try to record your voice and identify your mistakes, and then you can correct your mistakes. But most of English learners afraid of making mistakes. I don't know why. They say we are shy. I feel shy when talk to foreign. And I remember once upon a time I told a student of mine try to uh, talk to foreign people. He said, I feel shy. I cannot. What if I make mistake? What if I say something wrong? What should happen then? I said it's okay. It's okay. Make mistake and correct yourself for the next time. Yeah.
So that's one thing that I noticed that you talk about recording, and it absolutely useful way to correct your mistake and to improve your pronunciation, even accent eradication. For example, when you record yourself and you listen to it again, and you started noticing you where you made mistake in terms of pronunciation, word stress, or even intonation, and that's really good way to check your mistake. So I know it's a bit awkward to listen to your own voice for you for the first time. When I
Mhm.
started listening to my voice and my recording, is it really my voice? I asked question to myself because I didn't feel comfortable. You know, I was uncomfortable listening to my own voice. And but whatever, I kept going and I made recording, not very long recording, 10-minute recording, 5-minute recording, so that when we listen to it, we won't feel bored and we will listen to it until we finished. And I think it has made my speaking skill or even my the way I speak improve a lot. When I listen to it, I notice how I pronounce certain words, and sometimes I make mistake in terms of word stress, in terms of even intonation, but I don't often make mistake, pronunciation mistakes. So that was really good one for me. So the more I record, the more I listen to my own voice, the more I notice where is my weakness and where is my strength. My strength is pronunciation. My weakness is sometimes I make grammar mistakes, not because I don't know, but because I somehow make it. you know. And also sometimes I make a boisterous mistakes. Didn't notice where should be the stress. Mm. So at times I correct my mistake, and I always try not to make the same mistakes again. I let myself make mistake, but not. I don't allow myself to repeat the same mistake. So that means I'm improving my English skill. So thank you so much for mentioning about recording, and as I think that is really good one for learners of English to improve not only speaking but also pronunciation, word, so they can finally speak at least naturally. They don't have to worry about accent problem. Some people feel really shy because of having strong accent, like oh, my accent. So I'm a Burmese, so some people feel afraid of having Burmese accent, and some people feel afraid of having Indian accent. Yeah, it's not problem for me. And what's the most important thing is, if I'm talking to you, if you understand me 100% or 99%, that that is, I think that's perfect English for me. So on the whole, to have a clear accent, because learning
Yeah,
language is communicating to one another. So if you can understand me, if I can understand you, then your English is great. Yeah.
yeah, of course. I do really agree with you. Uh, Understanding each other is more important than everything else. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay if you prefer an accent, it's okay, but try to focus on pronouncing words. Don't really focus on their accents. Okay, just focus on clearly fluency. Just focus on how to pronounce words. And I always tell them, English learners, it's very important. We have to be careful about that point. English learners should be dedicate their time. Should be dedicate their time. It is very important. If you don't dedicate your time to learn language, you cannot learn. You will never see your outcome. You have to dedicate your time. How? Try to you can divide your time. Okay, as an English learner, you can divide your time. First, listen to an English podcast, an easy English podcast, whatever you like. It depends on you. Whatever are you into it? Are you interested in? It depends on you. Listen, so sometimes pause the podcast and try to repeat after them. Shadowing is very important, and it's one of the great way to learn language. Shadowing, it means repeat after the native speakers. Repeat after them. You learn the context of the sentence. You learn how to make sentence. You learn how to pronounce words. You learn how to use words. There are some English learners, which is wrong. They always try to learn vocabulary. Okay, just vocabulary. It's okay, learn vocabularies, but try to use them in a sentence. If you don't know how to use, uh, I think it's useless. And listening is very important. And I always tell them, English language uh, consists of four skills: listening, speaking, writing, and reading. Each of them completes others. You have to focus all of them, not only one. But the most important one, uh, listening and speaking, they are very important. Try to listen as much as you can, at least 1 hour, 2 hours per day. At least 2 hours. And after that, try to write down whatever you have learned from this podcast. Maybe you learn three sentences, four sentences, uh, six expressions, or five words. Write down on notebook and try to repeat them, and then try to use them in your real life. In this way, you can learn English language easily.
Okay,
Yeah,
I remember one thing you mentioned about listening. Yeah, listening is the key
yeah,
to improve their speaking skill, and why is it plays vital role to improve our speaking skill is that we have to learn English like a child. When we were a child, 2 or 3 years old, when we started speaking our mother tongue, we didn't go to school to learn vocabulary or grammar or new words. We just listened to our parents and the people around us, and then we started speaking. And when we start speaking, we make mistakes and lovely mistakes, like in terms of pronunciation mistake or word choice. So that's why, yeah, I agree with you that learners of English should really give time to do listening. And sometimes we don't have to give time. I mean, specific time. And we can do listening, right? While working or even cooking, while traveling. That's casual
yeah,
listening. And I also want to encourage one type of listening is that, critical listening or intensive listening, whatever they call it. It means we have engagement with the listening. While we are listening, we don't just listen to it, and we try to write it down what we hear and what we missed in our listening. So that means we are engaging with the content. Many learners these days often don't do that because they feel bored. And so I would recommend one thing that just take audio clip of 5 or 10 minutes and listen to it carefully, and then write what you hear, write down what you hear, and check what you missed, so that you know it can improve your speaking skill and your particularly your vocabulary skill. So many some of my students told me one thing, that they watch English movies a lot. Is that a good way to improve their speaking skill? And I said to them, yes, it's a good way to improve your English speaking skill. But
yeah,
just watching a movie for 2 hours doesn't mean it can improve their speaking skill. You need to have engagement with the content. What do I mean by that is that when you watch a movies, you listen to it carefully, and then you learn new words, new vocabulary, and write down, and even sometimes shadow what the actor or speaker said. That means you are engaging with the content. So when you are, you know, shadowing, your brain is memorizing words and vocabulary. So instead of doing casual listening, I will recommend sometime, or whenever you have time, do intensive or critical listening. That can truly improve your speaking skill and vocabulary skill. Of course, casual listening is also a great way to improve your speaking skill. You will be familiar with vocabulary, rhythm, sounds, tones. But I think real improvement comes for active English. Just listening to the audio or podcast means passive learning, I think. But writing down and shadowing and memorizing is active listening, I would say. So that can truly improve learners of speaking English. Their speaking skill. So, what do you think about that? When I talk about critical listening skill.
yeah. I totally agree with your point. You explained in a clearly way, in a very good way. I understood. I hope all English learners get benefit from your tip, from your advice. And I always tell my students the same point that you mentioned. Listening skills is very, very significant and important. And then you mentioned a very good example, and I always tell my student, just look at a child.
Mm-hmm.
How
Yeah.
how the children learn language. don't English. I don't mean English language or Arabic language and any other languages. How to children learn language in general. Okay, they listen to their parents. They listen to people surround them. They listen and listen over and over and over again for many times. They after that, after a while, they try to repeat after them. They make a lot of mistakes. Then, when they listen again and again and again, they know where they made mistakes. They know, they identify their mistakes. After a while, they correct themselves. That's a very important, that's a very good example that every English learners look at. I always mention and tell my students this example. Children learn language by listening skills. It's very important. Okay, if English learners listen to a podcast and to anything that they are interested in, anything they are interested in, if they just listen a lot, they learn. They will be familiar with this language. It's okay for the first time. Maybe it's strange. They don't understand. They don't get some words. They only uh, maybe get a few words. It's okay. But if you listen and listen and listen for many times, you will be familiar with that word. Let me say something about that. Let me say something about myself. I always recommend my students to try to learn how to talk about daily routine because daily routine is everything in our life. If you would like to talk whilst to talk to someone else, of course you need to talk about daily routine. Daily routine means the routine that repetition in your life from the early morning until the late night. Okay, if you know how to describe your day, it's gonna be easy to describe something else. That's why I always focus on daily routine. It's important. And in the podcast, they talk about daily routine as well.
Thank you so much
Okay.
for your advice. I think it will be useful for my viewers. And thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me and thanks for inviting me. Thank you so much.